Here's the part nobody tells you. The term dopamine detox doesn't even mean what you think. It was coined in 2019 by a psychologist named Cameron Sepa, and his original idea had nothing to do with detoxing a chemical. You can't detox dopamine. Your brain makes it constantly. You need it to move, to sleep, to feel anything at all. Sepa's real method was narrow. Remove the triggers behind a handful of specific compulsive habits, phone notifications, doom scrolling, gambling, nothing more extreme than that. The internet took his idea and turned it into starving yourself of everything you enjoy. That's the version I grew up believing. That's the version I was about to test on myself. Day 1, I didn't quit my phone. I tracked it. Screen time, unlocks, the works. My numbers looked exactly like everyone else. Over 5 hours a day. Dozens of unlocks before I'd even had breakfast. There's a way to picture what that's actually doing to you. Think of your brain as a scale. Pleasure sitting on one side, pain on the other. Every notification, every like, every video that autoplays tips that scale toward pleasure for a second, but it never stays tipped. It swings back, and each time it swings a little further into the pain side, which is exactly why 5 minutes after you close the app, you feel flatter than before you opened it. Day 3. The itch started. Not boredom exactly. More like static in my head every time I reached for my pocket and it wasn't there. This is where most people quit and call the whole thing fake. I almost did too. But then I found the research that actually explains what was happening. A study published in 2025 that didn't ask anyone to fast from pleasure. It just blocked mobile internet on 467 people's phones for 2 weeks and measured what happened to their brains. The results should have made headlines everywhere. 91% of participants improved on at least one major measure: mental health, well-being, or focus. 71% felt genuinely better, and the improvement in their mood was larger than what most people get from antidepressants. Their attention spans recovered by an amount researchers compared to reversing 10 years of cognitive decline. 10 years. From 2 weeks without mobile internet, and only a quarter of them even followed the rule perfectly the whole time. So around day 14 of my own 30 days, I stopped trying to detox anything. I stopped treating this like punishment. Instead, I did exactly what that study's participants ended up doing without even trying. I filled the space. More time outside, more conversations that weren't through a screen, more workouts I used to skip because I was scrolling in bed instead. The static I felt on day 3 was gone by day 20. Not because I'd purified some chemical in my brain, but because I'd finally removed the triggers that kept pulling me back into the same 5 apps. By day 30, my screen time was cut in half, and it stayed there without me forcing it. That's the part that surprised me most. This was never about dopamine. Dopamine was never the villain here. It was the story wrapped around the real thing, which is just how many times a day something is engineered to interrupt you. Fix the interruptions, and your brain does the rest on its own. That's not a detox. That's just your attention coming back home. If there's one habit worth stealing from these 30 days, it's this. Don't fast from pleasure. Remove one trigger, just one, and give it 2 weeks before you decide it doesn't work. Comment day 1 if you're starting today. Subscribe.